boop, 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 boop. Oh, wait, can you all hear me? Are we good? Is everyone happy and healthy? Ones if you can hear me. I gotta have the ones if you can hear me. I think so, because the mic's showing it's picking up noise. How many people we got watching? 52. Not bad for a start of a stream. How's everyone doing? All right, what do we got going on here? Waiting for Daniel Green. Well, I'm here, you monsters. Is it not? Okay, one. You can hear me. Good. Oh, and you're next here. How you going, buddy? Hope everything's all right across the pond. Before anyone says it, yes, I'm wearing new glasses. I'm aware. I know. And they look dorky, but they help me with my headaches because I spend so much time staring at screens, editing and researching that my eyes are now dying. So they are the solution to my dying eyes. I wanted to do just another regularly scheduled fantasy chat with you all. This is what I look like in my off days. My hair is way poofier and I look like a mess. Thank you. I appreciate the nice glasses comment from Lo. Hello. Save this live. I gotta not, man. They're dangerous for the channel. But I wanted to have this talk, to have your typical fantasy chat, but also just quickly update on some things about what's going on with the channel, because I put this on my Patreon and I want to get it out to everybody real quick. And first is that I will be taking any negative news that is like related to what's going on and putting it in a specific segment for fantasy news that I will have timestamps to skip. So if you, like many people, are just like, hey, I don't want to hear about this right now, you'll be able to jump right past that segment in fantasy news. Because I want to have like, okay, here's the crappy news, let's get through it, and we're back to the awesome news. So that'll be something we're deliberately doing. Thank you, Rupert's Potato Legacy. I'll get to in 1 second. And then on top of that, I will also immediately afterwards have happy news, where I just take the best news that I could find, fantasy related or not, just some like cute little fun stories as well. Because I think that's important. You know, media likes to focus on the bad, and I don't want to contribute to that. So I'll cover everything, but I also want to find the happy, fun things as well. I'm also going to be stopping any episodes of Please Dear God, Don't Be a Boom Boom, purely out of I just don't think it's the best optics right now. I'm not worried about getting sick. I'm more or less worried about like the optics of me using rubber gloves and a face mask to jokingly open packages isn't the best look, and I don't want to bother people. And you know, people shouldn't be focusing on sending me things right now. People should be focusing on themselves. And so that's what we'll be doing. Don't worry, there will be longer content as well. My focus for the next few months is going to be doing longer videos, more interactive stuff, so that I'm helping you all stay busy. But in return, the only thing I ask from you all is you all would catch up on your TBRs. All right. I want to see my Discord full of people cranking through books. That's a big deal for me right now. I want to see you guys just knocking them out of the park. So that's my little thing right there. All right, we got Super Dono from Rupert Taylor Legacy. Thank you so much, man. Hi, Daniel, and a message. Of course, it just jumped away from it. Hi, Daniel, and a message to you all. Wash your damn hands. I agree. Wash your damn hands. And don't snag all the toilet paper. The rest of us need some as well. So act normal and watch Daniel look shaggy. Thanks for reading. Much love. I appreciate it, Rupert. I see more more tier lists from Chase. Those will be a thing in the future. But yes, wash your damn hands. Completely agree with Rupert there. That is a big, big deal. Wash your hands, you savages. Man, that is one thing I do not miss about working in the corporate world. There are some things I miss, but it seems like everyone now suddenly has the sanitation standards that I do because I'm OCD, so I'm constantly washing everything. Like, I completely clean my apartment like once a week. And now it seems like everyone's up on that level, so it's like, yes, you all know what I feel. Let's see. Do you think The Stand will be released given its underlying premise? Probably be delayed. But I don't like, okay, I don't understand the people who get bothered because a work of fiction happens to reflect and not intentionally reflects something that's going on in the real world. And I support them delaying it. I think that, one, from a monetary standpoint, it makes sense. And also, yes, well, it's fresh. Let's hold off a little bit. But they shouldn't like cancel it altogether. I've seen people mention that. That's insane. No, don't cancel it altogether. A delay is fine. And once things calm down, put it out. Because it's not, if you read The Stand, it's not even like what's going on now. It's very, very different. It's Stephen King. Come on. That being said, if you read The Stand in public right now, people will come talk to you. Immediately, people will come talk to you and be like, hello, let's talk about The Stand. So yeah, thank you again, Rupert Potato Legacy. It's like one of the things I like wait for now in live streams. It's like, when's Rupert going to come in and say hi? And I appreciate getting to know you better in the Patreon talk. And assuming conventions are starting to happen again, I hope to meet you all soon. Don't have as much money as Norway, who do. Wait, what? From Kirsten Mama, 20 sec. Not sure how much that is, but appreciate it. Don't have as much money as Norwegian, who do. I'm so sorry. As the Norwegian, who. Oh. That's right, because that's Norwegian. Yeah, thank you very much. And this is not a competition, and should not be seen as such. From my dad, who is here, Mark Green, Woot, new Westworld tonight. I'm very excited for that. I'm not caught up on Westworld, which is like a shame. I really need to be. That's insane. I need to catch up more Westworld. Daniel Green, could you please make a beginner's guide to sci-fi? I have that on the channel. I think I have must-read sci-fi, which is different than beginners, because sometimes you shouldn't jump into the staples right away because it's hard to. That's a good idea, and I should probably do that. That's a good idea, Mithilde Hearth. I said that wrong, but that's a really good idea. I haven't finished season 2 ever. I've seen that. I've seen the trailer for season 3, which definitely spoiled some things for me, which sucks. But yeah, I need to catch up. And Dad, I do plan on watching the first episode of Stumptown. Now that I know you're watching, I just don't have the time right now. I have a friend visiting, and we're just trying to have fun this weekend. Staying sane. Also, I have a drink recommendation for everybody, because this is like my new favorite thing, especially for my throat while I'm talking for long times. Ginger tea. You buy like the little tea bags and you make that. I use this like generic brand from Target, and it's really good ginger tea. Like a lot of generic brands are underhyped. This is a good generic brand. Then I pour a little bit of raspberry like juice in there. It's like raspberry tea you also get on top. So you make tea, then you add a little bit of the factory stuff, just like a splash. Fantastic. Great flavor and really good for your throat. Aaron Hook, thank you so much. Are you going to do another video worthy of being awarded a bloody stupid Johnson Cross? What? Another video worthy of being awarded a bloody stupid Johnson Cross? I'm very confused. I need to Google what that is. Let's see. Is this going to become clear? Bloody stupid. Oh, Discworld Wiki. Yeah. Okay. Now I understand. I'm going to be doing more. I'm going to be doing more Discworld very soon. I have gotten far enough in Discworld now that I think I just need to stop reading it, because it's taking so much time away from me reading other stuff. The books are short, but there's so many of them. I've read over 20. I think, yeah, I just read 29. So yeah, we need to do more other series, but I will be doing a about Discworld up until now very soon. So look forward to that. I'm not going to finish the series though, at least not right now. Yep, Norwegians are richer than Swedes. Thank you, Vidar Mostad. I appreciate it. We're getting in some geopolitical stuff here. But yes, look forward. Thank you so much for the dono. Look forward to a lot more Discworld content down the road. It's just also like right now I'm not necessarily feeling like talking about the absurdist comedy, but maybe it's a good time to talk about absurdist comedy. Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe that is a good idea. And we had another one here from Hans Gauger. Hope I said that right. Thank you, Hans. I just read Eye of the World last year, but I read The Eye of the World last year, but just read Great Hunt and Dragon Reborn in the last 2 weeks, starting Shadow Reborn today. That's exciting, because Shadow Reborn is when Wheel of Time becomes Wheel of Time. That's something that I've said a lot in this community and gotten very minimal pushback on. Don't get me wrong, Wheel of Time is amazing before then, but when it hits Shadow Rising, it goes from like, this is good epic fantasy to, oh my God, that's Robert Jordan's actual vision. And then it's funny, there are books within the Wheel of Time series that transform what Wheel of Time is. I think Shadow Rising, Knife of Dreams, Lord of Chaos, and Memory of Light with its ending, and the first Brandon book, the first one that is the first Brandon book, all have like just moments for the series. And with there being that many books, that's not even a majority of them. That's a lot of books, but yeah. Let's see. Now is the best time to read Wheel of Time. Not a controversial. The people constantly saying I need to read more Sword of Truth. Either you're trolling or you haven't seen a very particular high viewed video on my channel. Maybe go check that out. Man, Rupert's Potato Legacy, you're just always at the top of my chat. It's like a comforting thing now. It's familiar. Your presence is like a blanket up there. I just know you're going to be here, and it's always wonderful. So thank you. From Mithilde Hearth, Daniel Green, would you ever make any videos on maps, making them? Name is pronounced as Matilde. Oh, okay, good. Well, I got that now. And yeah, I want to do stuff on fantasy maps. That's something I want to definitely hit on, because fantasy maps are an underappreciated part of the genre, and the fact that there's certain authors who are like, they're not important, don't worry about them. Fully disagree. As a mega map nerd, don't be discounting my my love of maps here. I disagree with that. Crap, dude, right when I'm about to go on a date. Well, from the whole community to Jonathan, good luck, man, and have fun. Guys, can we get some ones for Jonathan's date in the chat? I'd appreciate that. Ones for good luck. That's what we're saying here. Good job, Jonathan Tahiti. I hope it goes well. Season 2 of Westworld is beyond bad, unbearable. I have not heard that before. That is a controversial take, and you paid to make it known. You came in like, I want this to be known. Westworld Season 2 is not good. I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to comment on the matter, but I did. That is, you must really believe that, and I respect your devotion to that level of no, I don't like Season 2 of Westworld. Wow. From Yari Huel. Thank you so much, Yari. Got 10 some currency. Daniel, I just want to say thank you. I started reading Stormlight Archive. Of course, it just jumped away because it loves making me miss things on your recommendation, and love it. Question, have you heard any news on The Doors of Stone by Rothfuss? Unfortunately, I'm not connected to his camp whatsoever. So what you guys know, I know. I know that there's been the little rumblings here and there, but beyond that, no. I know he responded to some tweet of someone asking, will 2020 be the year? But his response was vague, no promises there. So it's still, very, very up in the air. And for those of you, again, asking about the glasses who weren't here when I explained it, originally these are blue light glasses. They just help me because I'm murdering my eyes that much. I look at computer screens editing videos. But yeah, I wish I did, man. I really wish I could come in and tell you something cool about Rothfuss, but I don't. I can't. As I have put out on Instagram, though, I will be having an interview that I did a couple days ago with Jim Butcher released on the 20th. So look forward to that. It's a very fun interview. I can tell you, Jim Butcher is a funny, funny man, and it was great talking with him. The mind behind the Dresden Files. Page 442 of Into Crossroads of Twilight, after getting the series for Christmas based on your recommendation. Thanks for convincing me to. I love it. Thank you. I love hearing that, man. Every time I hear I'm getting someone to read something new, puts a little warm glow in my heart. So I love hearing that. From Matthew Knights, much appreciated. And that's how far is that, around the halfway point? No, you're past the halfway point. Yeah, you're about out of the slog and about to hit Knife of Dreams. So things are about to get interesting. Things are about to get wild. And then we have from Gajil145. Future Daniel needs to time travel into the past to stop present Daniel. He is getting too powerful. Also finished Way of Kings 5 out of 5. Awesome. Yeah, that's funny. The two series I have made people read the most seem to be, without question, Wheel of Time and Stormlight Archive. So a lot of people picking those up. Very, very excited for that. And good. I'm glad you enjoyed it so much. 5 out of 5 is not anything to turn your nose up at. So that's great. Yeah, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, go right ahead. That's where I'm going to start doing announcements, and Twitter. I have those linked in the descriptions. If you want to see like videos coming down the road, interviews I'm working on, that's the way to get ahead of the curve. Because I don't want to put them in fantasy news. I feel like that's too self-promo-y. It feels weird to do that. Although I really should. Like, why would I not do that? I should definitely do that. But I just don't. From Kirsten Mama again, you going to watch / read Lock and Key or Arthdell Chronicles? So Lock and Key I'm going to watch soon. I have Morgan visiting this weekend, so I don't want to make her sit through a fantasy thing she might not enjoy. She's not a huge fantasy fan. She read Mistborn and liked it. But I don't know if that'll be her taste. But I do plan on watching and reviewing that on my own. So that'll be interesting. So thank you for the question, though. From Liam Number, would you review any Star Wars Legends books? No. When I get into sci-fi, it's gonna be more of like the hardcore sci-fi stuff. And with all the crap that comes with talking about Star Wars right now, I just don't want to get into it. Like, if you look at those comment sections, it's just not fun. And once Star Wars calms down a bit, I might get into it a bit more. But even like when I covered The Mandalorian, I had to delete so many comments and ban people. It was just not fun. So I'm probably going to be keeping a distance from Star Wars. And it's not from lack of liking it. Like, I have a TIE fighter tattooed on my leg. I like Star Wars, but I can't get to it right now, and I want to avoid it. From Stubble McShave, did you watch Brendan's lecture with Mary Robinette? No, I have not yet. Again, this weekend I've been chilling with Morgan, so I haven't had a lot of time. This is like the first weekend I've really taken off in a long time. Like I've not worked at all, except for trying to get one video uploaded. Okay, there was like 2 hours of work yesterday. Get off my back. It was just 2 hours. Wasn't that big a deal. But yeah, this is the first weekend where I've been like nothing. So and now it means this next week, a lot of catching up to do. a lot of catching up to do. But I'm okay with it. I like catching up. And fun. I'm going to announce this because it's definitely coming out. I will have a video dropping tomorrow, I think tomorrow, with Hello Future Me, where we're going to be talking about the Dragon Prince and Avatar. So you'll get your full review of the Dragon Prince and a deep dive in comparing it with Avatar and where it fails and succeeds from both of us, which I'm really excited to get to you guys. That'll be a lot of fun. And it's kind of just, I think the video turned into more about just being about nostalgia versus quality and studio. Like it's actually, I really liked how the video turned out. From Janhavi, I always want to say people's names right. I feel so bad. Okay. So like your comment, hi Daniel, I recently watched The Boys because of your review and recommendation, and it was diabolical. I loved it. Also reading Lord of Chaos right now. Will you do a ranking of all the Wheel of Time books? Did I not? I already did. There's a ranking of the Wheel of Time books on my channel, I'm pretty sure. And I'm rewatching The Boys right now. This weekend. That's one of the things Morgan and I have been doing because she hasn't seen it, and I think it's one of the best shows of like the last 5 years. The Boys is incredible. Check it out, especially if you like the idea of like a parody of what superheroes are, like the idea of how they would really be in this world. It's magnificent. It's graphic though, so if you have thin skin or aren't of age, don't watch The Boys. Let's see here, but I think it's absolutely superb. From Dina A. Ruble have dropped here. Have a gum or something. Like what? Oh, the currency. Now we're getting currency jokes. Scott, I don't even know the currencies people are giving me. So let alone understand the jokes. I can't. Okay, I get this, but come on. Oh man, I wish YouTube just auto-converted everything because I don't know how to react to things. I think there's a color coding system that I somehow have still not picked up on. Will you read more Stephen King in the near future? From Gustavo. I will. I think I'm going to pick up Stephen King again around like October time, right around spooky season, because that just makes sense. But I can't imagine the drought from Stephen King on the channel will be that long. There will be Stephen King between now and then because it's Stephen freaking King. Also, there's Stephen King adaptations in the work that I will, of course, be reviewing because, duh. Man, I don't hate these glasses. I know I get jokes, but I don't hate these glasses. I don't hate them. Avatar is top tier. Avatar is great. It is something that I appreciate more and more. Like even the further I get away from my first watch through, which I watched as an adult. Like even as an adult, it's aging in my mind so well. Like I don't even have like child nostalgia glasses, but I just appreciate so many things about Avatar. Granted, my criticisms I had of it still stand, but I think it's really good. I have a review of it on the channel if you want to check it out. But just Wheel of Time versus Stormlight. You are awesome from Gretchen Boisio. I've tried to make that video, man. I think I did something similar once, but I want to do it again, do it better. So not saying no, I'm just saying it's hard. So brace yourselves. Damn Daniel, what about Arthdale Chronicles? I don't know if I've even heard of those. There's so many names that are thrown at me. Now I have to memorize like foreign series names I need to get to. No, oh, wow, I have not even. This is just classified as romance from what I'm seeing, not even fantasy. So I'm going to give that a solid not right now. Thank you, though, Chris and Mama. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to stay away from TV a good bit right now. I've watched too much trash TV, so now I'm just like pulling back TV as a whole and trying to just like read as much as possible. That for my Google was a TV show. If it's a book, I'll look into it. But I appreciate it, Kristen, Mama. Also, was that an intentional damn Daniel, or was that not? I don't know if it was, but if you're buying into the meme, good job. From Sean Aaron, have you ever been into fantasy video games? Yes, quite a bit. And I've tried to talk about fantasy video games on the channel, but those videos die. Those videos are squished and thrown to the side, and I'm lucky if they get 10K views. So I'm trying to sneakily maybe bring those back in, but it'll take some effort. So give me some time here. When is the next Dresden Files book review coming? I'm going to try and do 2 reviews at once for Dresden from now on because I really need to catch up quickly. So I'm going to do probably like the next book and the next book in one review, and the next book and the next book in one review. So probably quicker than you'd think. especially with my time scale on the channel. And they might be 1-2 punch reviews. Granted, I'm coming up on changes, and if I get to changes, it's probably gonna be worth one review just from what people have been telling me. Jim, even when I was interviewing him and I said I was gonna get to changes, started being like, okay. So that was fun. Sneak preview of the interview right there. So yeah, really, really excited for that. Yeah, the more Dresden ASAP. From Slumber Studio, do you speak another language besides English? Have you read fantasy book in another language? No, I have not read a fantasy book in another language, but I do know other languages if you're talking about coding. I can code in Python, Ruby, I can code Ruby on Rails, JavaScript, if you want to count that. And I've worked in C++. Yes, I don't know. It's been a while. Wow, it's been long enough since I've been a software engineer that this stuff is now getting old in my head. That's scary. Don't worry though, I am still keeping up to date in practices. I still code a little bit for fun. Let's see here. Hello, sir. How far down the TBR is Midnight Tides? Not super far, but again, you have to understand things take time here. But it is on there, I promise. If I get Corona quarantined, what book series takes 14 days to read? 14-day series, not knowing your reading speed. I need to go with the general here. 4 books in 14 days is reasonable. 4 good, thick fantasy books, 3 or 4. So I'll go with the Riyria Revelations. You could do the Riyria Revelations in 14 days. If you're quarantined with nothing else to do, yeah, that's doable. Daniel Green, what are your thoughts on Dune? Massive amount of respect for it, Nicholas. I really do, but it's not my taste, which people seem to just hate me for, which is just, I can respect something and not like it. And that's my situation with Dune. I see its influence. It's crazy how much impact it had, but it's just not for me. I'm really excited for the movie because I think it'll translate to a movie extraordinarily well. But I don't know. I think it's really good, but I don't personally love reading it. I don't plan on going back to reread it anytime. From Sam Welsh. Hi, Daniel. Just finished The Gathering Storm during Insane Travel Day back to America. Very cool. And god damn, that was a great book. Finish up the series in my 14-day quarantine. Oh, wow. Keep up the content and stay safe. There's not going to be a drought of content here on the channel. I promise you that is the case. And okay, someone brought up fantasy video games. Let me catch up on the super donos, and then I will address something I want to say about fantasy video. We got one more here from Gajil145. Here's some money to buy Hello Future Me a cup of coffee. I love his channel as well as yours. Oh, thank you, man. I will try and find a way to send him a cup of coffee. That'll be interesting. Oh, and we have another one here from Voice Nerd. What service you suggest for a new author's site? Oh, I don't know what you mean. For a new author's site? Oh, you want to get I haven't. So I make websites from scratch kind of deal. So I don't use things like that you see all the ads for, but I've heard very, very good things about what's it called? The Squarespace. I have heard Squarespace for people who haven't done that on their own is very, very good and easy to get to. Thoughts on Codex Alera by Jim Butcher? Starting very, very, very soon, but I have not started it yet. Thank you, Leon, for the dono. But that is very close to my TBR. And from Brian Scott Langley just came in. Completely agree with you on Dune and have similar feelings about Tolkien. Oh, keep doing awesome. Okay, I can't agree with you on Tolkien. I'm sorry. I respect you. I'm showing you the same respect you show me for Dune. I respect you not having that as your cup of tea, but don't put that opinion on me. Don't you do that to me. I love me reading some Tolkien. Okay. So, something I want to say about video games and fantasy. The reason, so fantasy video games a few decades ago were extraordinarily restricted, right? You couldn't do huge open world things because we were confined to how much you could work with the technology available. So you had these very simple ideas, like Pokemon is a simple idea and it's a fantasy game. The Zelda games back in the day were simple, but they did what they did extremely well. Now, because the technology allows fantasy games to be so grand and epic, you can certainly accomplish a lot of things and do fantasy in a more extravagant way. That being said, I definitely miss some of these simpler fantasy games that had these restrictions that really bred creativity, because I feel like once you open every door, it's kind of developers just seem to scatter and do a lot of things pretty good, but few things great. I kind of wish, maybe not even just fantasy, but video games in general were simplified in some ways. I kind of like the more simplified games still today, like the ones that are just everything's completely open world, do whatever you want. Just kind of like overwhelm me. I like having a set path. I like having a more stringent system to go through. I don't know. I'm a big ass nerd, and I go to video games to de-stress, so I want a set path. But that's just my thoughts there. I want to say thank you again to Brian Langley, and from CF. Ever pay any mind to Japanese light novels? Example: The Rising of the Shield Hero or Clockwork Planet. They're published like serials. Interesting. I've never heard of them even. But that's actually really something I might have to check out, because I tried last year to be my fantasy foreign series review, but aside from Witcher and a few others, I only got like 8 fantasy books from outside the US under my belt, and so I didn't really count it. I need to redo that again at another time. Last year really got away from me, if I'm being honest, guys. I'm disappointed with the amount of books I read. I mean, I only read like a book, maybe a book and a half a week, which was just disappointing for my numbers. If you're not including Discworld, I don't really count because I could just burn those out so quickly. Let's see. We got one. Please, let's see here. You might like Dishonored. I've played Dishonored and liked it quite a bit. Arthdal equals fantasy, has superhumanoids and gods. 8 out of 10. Okay, I'll have to okay. Then I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Kirsten Mama. I appreciate that. And if it has a romance angle, I don't hate that. I like me some romance. That's fine. That's good with me. That's totally cool. From Robodo B143, does First Law pick up 1/3 way through the second book and yawn? Wow. So here's what I think. Thank you for the 10, by the way. I appreciate that. Here's where I think First Law's brilliance comes in. The plot is not what's going to grip you right away. The plot is more enjoyable upon rereads, and when you're able to go back and be like, oh, this is what this was going for, and it's actually much more appreciated there. But it's about the characters, especially the first time through. So if you're a reader who can't be hooked on a book 100 or 80% just for how awesome the characters are, I could see you struggling a little bit with First Law. That being said, I think some of the characters are like arguably the best written in the last however many decades of fantasy. So I'm all about it. But yeah, the criticism that the plot in the first book is not super compelling can be there. It's very much so character driven. So if that's your case, I think it does pick up. I think the plot, and by the time the second book's over and the third book begins, really starts actually being one of the big selling points as well. But if you've only finished the first book and maybe half of the second, you might have some struggling there. Since you're writing a seafaring fantasy novel and your favorite animal is an octopus, ooh, you guys have memories. Okay. Is it possible we'll see some sentient octopus in your mythos? No. Thank you, Jonathan Deity. I don't plan on having a sentient octopus in there, but I do plan on having sea monsters in a very similar vein. So I'll give you that, because you came in with knowledge and you were well prepared. There is going to be sea monsters in that vein. I've always thought krakens were some of the coolest fantastical creatures ever, and hell yeah, I'm going to include them in my book. Krakens are, I can't say the word, they're the poopy because they're so awesome. So yes, I will be including those kinds of creatures there. Though I don't like having sentient ocean life, because controversial opinion, Aquaman's a joke, and I don't like the idea of that superpower. I think it's lame, and I don't think a sea life should be any kind of intelligent like that. I don't know why. It's just a strong personal opinion I have. Anytime I am in a fantasy book or show and it's like the sharks to communicating, I'm like, no, because not at all. Don't believe that. Not even a little bit. I don't know why. I just have a hard time with that. Let's see here. Daniel Greyjoy. Ouch. Let's see here. Let's see what we got coming in. Yes, hot take on Patrick Rothfuss. Man, everyone just thinks I hate Patrick Rothfuss, and it's just not the case. I dislike the series he's currently working on because of a few narrative choices. I think he's an extraordinary writer, especially when it comes to his prose. Thank you for the flex, Jonathan. But in terms of like him, I have no issues with him as a person. I think he's a very talented writer. I just think he's writing a story I have no interest in finishing. So that's like my sums up there. I stand by the criticisms I had, but anyone who's claiming that Patrick Rothfuss is a bad author, no. His prose alone prove that he's well worth respect. The complaints about him taking time to finish his books, I can't get into that because it's, everyone's writing process is different, and the amount of pressure on authors who are about to finish a series is so crazy high. That's why last book in series reviews are usually the ones I put the most time and effort into, because there's so much to talk about in terms of what they were trying to accomplish at the beginning of the series versus how it landed at the end. $2 for a good book spank. I'm being paid directly to spank books right now. All right. Okay. Here we go. Are happy? What is this channel turning into, man? I don't know if we're even technically booktube anymore. We're turning into like a book burlesque border. I don't know what's happening. It's people are sending me underwear. There's weird things going down, and I'm so okay with it. Oh man, the book liked it. Yum. Oh my God. I'm so unhappy right now. Oh boy. We are a weird channel, everybody. We're a strange community, and I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I think that's a great, great thing. But yeah, everything's going. I'm doing well, and I hope everyone is too. I think everyone put underwear in a book and spank it. No, man, not gonna do that. Oh man, Book Hub. That should be the new channel name. Have you played Witcher 3? I actually recently finished replaying Witcher 3, which I know I should have Twitch streamed, but I needed that to not be part of my work life. I needed that to be a me thing. So I'm sorry. I know people wanted to go through that with me on Twitch, but I just needed that to be a me. I will be getting the Twitch channel going again here soon, though, and I plan on doing a lot of classic fantasy games in there because that's where like my diehard passion is. Maybe do like a Diablo 2 run through with you guys. I never liked Diablo 3, so not that one. Maybe go in some old Pokemon games, something like that. I think that'd be fun. And for what I'm reading right now, because I know people are going to be asking, I'm reading 3 books. I'm listening to The Three-Body Problem, which has been super awesome so far. I'm starting this, the Land Founding, which has been extraordinarily different and not what I expected at all, but I'm getting used to it, and I'll have a lot to say. And then I'm currently in The Bard's Blade, which has been an interesting book as well. It's fun. This is a weird time for fantasy for me because I'm reading things that are sci-fi, and then I'm reading a non-traditional fantasy, and then I'm reading a nice romp that's just a good fantasy romp right there. So it's been nice. It's been fun, to be honest. People are asking me to spank it again. Guys, let's move on. Let's move on. Like the Watt FPS game. I have old videos on this channel that I deleted because I think they're super cringy and bad, where I played the old Watt FPS game, but I will totally do that on Twitch for you all if you want to see me go through it. I remember that game is hard. That game is difficult. There is a Wheel of Time video game, for those of you who aren't aware. You can buy it on Amazon, I believe, or it's actually available for download in the right websites. I don't know how much you can trust those, though, but you can get it there. I'm gonna be honest, I pirated it once, to be honest, and then I bought a copy as well. But it is it's difficult because it's that old style of video game where it's like we make it really hard so that you can't just burn through it right away. Like it's intense. It's before they had like easy, medium, hard in the settings. You know what I'm talking about? When they were just like, good luck. Do you keep all your books, or do you rent/donate or get rid of them? So I have a library I go to. If I like the book after I check it out, I'll usually return it and then buy it from another store. I donate quite a few to a local library, especially another $2 for a spank. Oh my God, this is so weird. There you go. There you go. How about that? From Ratatouille 78. But yeah, I return ones to the library. I donate to that same library. I've tried different bookstores donating, but now there's just a Dublin library. I'm gonna go and donate there because it's really easy there. I keep a lot, as you can tell from the line of books I have on my wall. I probably need to get rid of more of these. But yeah, my life is becoming books, and I've accepted it. And once you accept that books will overrun your life forever, it's oddly peaceful. It's oddly peaceful. Let's see. Have you read and reviewed the best-selling Mortal Engines Quartet? No, but I've heard good things, though I heard that adaptation wasn't great, which always bums me out. I hate hearing, even if I'm not involved in a series, if I hear a series got a bad adaptation, even a series I don't particularly like, I'm always like, oh, it's too bad. Like, I'm sorry that didn't work out for the fans. Like, even like Sword of Truth, I'm sad that the adaptation wasn't awesome. I mean, you can even take a not your taste book series, and if it's adapted well, it can rapidly become your taste. Bread and butter proof is a lot of people don't like reading Lord of the Rings because of the older style of writing, but they'll kill anyone who says the movies aren't good. And that's proof right there. I mean, you can have something that's great and adapt it well and people love it. You can have something that's not people's taste, adapt it well, and then the people love it. You can have something that's bad, adapt it well, and then people will love it. So it's that transition through medium can do extraordinary things for a series. Obviously, Lord of the Rings is a bad example because it's phenomenal in both cases, but you know what I'm saying. From B-Man, we have 10 coming through. Thank you so much, B-Man. Hey, Daniel, just want to say thanks for making me read again. Oh, I love hearing that. That's honestly the best thing people ever say to me. I love hearing I got people to read. Your fantasy tier list revived my love for reading, seeing how passionate you were talking about your favorite books. Oh, I love that. That's so sweet. I've heard that my nerd intensity can get people to read, and I feel like I'm okay with that. That power is something I'm very okay. If that was my X-Men power, I'll be all right. You know, Wolverine comes up with his claws, and I just like chuck Warbreaker at somebody, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta get like they gotta read it." I'm okay with that. I just have a satchel of books I toss at people in fights, and then I just review them as they fly through the air. From Trevor Wingard, we got 5. Hey Daniel, do you expect to be caught up with Dresden in time for Peace Talks? Let's just say the weeks before Peace Talks is released, I'm going to be reading a lot of Dresden. I'm probably going to condense it down to like a 3-week period where I just Dresden it. Obviously, there'll be other kinds of videos here on the channel, but in terms of book reviews, it's going to be bam, 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 bam. Which will be fun. It'll be a nice little ramp up to it, and hopefully I'll help capture some of the Dresden audience there, which will be fun. Because I know that's a community I haven't fully tapped. Usually when I put out a Dresden review, the views don't do incredibly well, but the subscriber rate's actually higher on it because all of a sudden I'm tapping into a bit more of the Dresden fan base. So they're still good investments for me to do, and I enjoy doing them because they are really fun. Are the interludes in Words of Radiance better than Way of Kings? No, the interludes are not better than the book Way of Kings, but are they better than the interludes in Way of Kings? Man, I haven't thought about that. No, I think I like the ones in Words of Radiance better. I don't know. I'd have to go back and read them because I don't entirely distinctly remember which ones are in which book. That's a good question. I want to do a whole video on Brandon's interludes. That might be a good idea. Thank you, Gajeel145. That's a good thing. I might want to, yeah. Because some people, I've heard people complain about them, that they like mess up the pacing. And I don't think they do, because they always occur at really strategic, smart times. So, we'll get into that. Thank you for making me think. Backhand spank, show your, God. Why am I'm hitting the Bard's Blade so much I feel bad. So I'm going to get a different book. Here, I'll get this one that someone sent me. It's The Evil Librarians. There we go. That's a backhanded one. It's a very authoritative. It's hardcover, so I can't like do a follow through without breaking my knuckle. I'm brittle. Thank you so much for the 2 for the spank. Morgan. Okay. All right. Let's get you. Just put that out. Morgan just donated $2 and donated to say duck, which I then did. I'm doing this live stream while she's here. I think she's watching The Boys right now. But yeah, we're just having a nice quarantine weekend. She visited from Virginia. It's a lot of fun. But I'm, let's see, what was the question about? What were we talking about? What was the last one? Okay, we spanked the book. All right, we spanked the book and we're good. When's your next hot take video? I got stuff to say. That'll be soon because those have so much engagement. They are beautiful to do, to have fun with. I really enjoy those. The let's argue, let's debate. But inevitably I get comments that are like, stealing from Anthony Fantano. Guys, Anthony Fantano wasn't even the first person to do that kind of video. If anything, find the original person and say I'm stealing from them at least. At least be accurate with your accusations of theft. But yeah, those will be coming soon. It's so cool to see your guys' hot takes. I just wish the takes were hotter. I feel like you guys are still afraid. If I was bold enough to do what I've done in this channel, you need to come out with your real with your real hot takes. All right, that's my request for the next one. From SJ, do you think there is any link between the prevalence of hard magic systems in video games? That's worth looking into. That's an interesting point. Oh, and thank you, Seraph311. I forgot to say people's names. That's bad. And thank you, SJ. That's a really good. Maybe. I mean, there could be some connection there. I don't think it's ever going to be because authors are writing for their magic systems to be turned into video games. But maybe video games and their presence in, their presence with magic systems that had to be harder to live within the game is an interesting idea. I don't think the correlation could be super strong, but it could exist in some capacity at least. I mean, there's no way that's the absolute zero. And of course, it's going to depend on author-to-author basis. If you have one author whose whole life's been playing video games, then yeah, the chances are they may have been. But there's also ones that probably never have, but still definitely wrote hard magic systems. So it's probably some cases yes, some cases no. But if you have one who writes a hard magic system that's really impressive and does well, other authors are going to follow. So then the influence gets diluted. I was disappointed. Oh, wow. Ryan Ratchford coming in with a hot take. I was disappointed in Shadow Rising. Hot. Well, I'm going to ban you from the channel. No, I'm kidding. Hey, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion. We can have our opinions over here on the correct side of the corner, and you can have your other one. Ryan, what I mentioned to you, I actually want to bring up here in live stream. Patreons, you will be getting a kind of rundown of the magic system I'm developing fairly soon posted. I'm kind of polishing that at the same time I'm polishing the next short story. I have both of them completely sketched out. I'm just actually filling them in, and I keep jumping back from one to the other, which is not the best writing strategy for me. I definitely need to focus, but I keep going like, oh, I have an idea over here, but I have an idea over here. And I'm bad, guys. I have ADD. I definitely have some form of ADD. From Finn, Ryan, hey, good to see you back, my man. Hey, Daniel, I'm now on book 7 of The Wheel of Time, and when I was starting, I laughed at your recap video about the books, thinking I wouldn't need them, but now I totally get back. Now I totally go back and watch them because I forget. That's like the best thing I've been told about them, is that they're really good refreshers. I never made those videos like recap summaries for people to skip books. Otherwise, I would have made them way more detailed, but that wasn't the intent, and I don't want to make those videos. They're meant for, okay, before you read the next book, if you need a recap, there's been a bit of a break, go watch it. So yeah, I'm glad it's serving those purposes. I always try to whittle them down to the most crucial information. I will say watch with care, though, because I did make a couple mistakes, and a few of them have minor spoilers for the next early book things because, my memory is not perfect and overlap happened. So yeah, thank you. I'm glad they're serving their purpose. I actually summarized Harry Potter as well, which if you look at those videos, they get no views except for the Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone if you're in the UK. And that gets views purely from students who are assigned to read it. So they go and watch that video so they don't have to for a class assignment. The amount of comments I get on that video that are like, thanks for doing this. No, I don't have to read the book. I'm like, damn, maybe I should get rid of this because that's not what that video's purpose was. But it's kind of funny too. From Donut Sandwich 22, that gets a thank you so much, Donut Sandwich. Also, how do you make a sandwich out of a donut? Is that a thing? We're in America. It's definitely a thing, but I've never had one or seen one. Someone show me where that's been done. I would love a video on Kingdoms of Amalur. Kind of a hidden gem, but the best aspects of the series are the lore, and it's pretty good unwind game. It's $20 on Steam if you check it out, at least not out of pocket. Fascinating. I am looking for a new game to start right now because I just tried to start the new Star Wars, and it was not good. Everyone loves that game, but I was really bored with it. The new Star Wars game from EA, I thought it was average at best. So I'll check this one out, Kingdoms of Amalur, and maybe that'll be the start of the fantasy games here. Got good reviews. Oh wow, it's got really good reviews. Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out, man. Thanks, and hope other people are inspired to check it out too. And the spam bots are here. Yay! Hopefully some of my mods are still here to help clean that up. From Ryan Ratsford, if a hot dog is a sandwich, then a burger is a sandwich. So a donut is a sandwich? Well, no. Okay, a donut is definitely not a sandwich. You need to use the donut as the bread, so that's transforming it beyond a donut. That's a whole other thing. But here, okay, hold up. A hot dog is not a sandwich based on one argument and one argument only, and this is the only argument I need, okay? If I say, hey, could you bring me a sandwich, and someone brings me a hot dog, I legally can kill them because they are clearly insane and did not do what I just asked. And the same is vice versa. If you asked me for a sandwich and I brought you a hot dog, you should legally be able to kill me. So no, a hot dog is not a sandwich. Neither is a burger. Sandwich is a very specific thing. Changes from place to place a bit, but if I ask for a sandwich and you bring me a hot dog, we're going to have a fight. So no, a hot dog is factually not a sandwich, and I will die on that hill. Oh man, how many holes do a straw? I'm not getting into these internet debates. Okay, no, I'm not getting into an internet debate about this. Absolutely not. This is no. I've opened a very, very big bag of worms here, can of worms that I I do not tend on going down. All right, we got a dono here. Hey, halfway through A Memory of Light, should I start Rage of Dragons, First Law, or Mistborn? Well, I can't tell you which is like definitively the right step, but I can give you. Thank you for the 5, by the way, Gabe. But I can give you a decision factor. If you want another commitment, another larger series, then already you go First Law or Mistborn because those are already out. If you want to get caught up with something that then you can wait for releases, Rage of Dragons, because that's going to have its release November of this year for the next one. So that's fun. But no, okay, so already if you just want to get caught up on something, then you can be a part of the fandom as it comes out, go Rage of Dragons. If you'd rather have something you can binge and spend a lot of time on, then First Law and Mistborn are the way for you to go. If you want something a bit darker than what you've been reading with Wheel of Time, go First Law. If you want something that's very much so in a similar vein in terms of prose and writing style, that could even feel like it satisfies that Wheel of Time itch in some ways, then I would go Mistborn, because Brandon is very heavily in that similar vein of fantasy as Jordan in my mind, which is, is a compliment all around. I hope I helped us decide. That's the best I can say, because there's no right answer, especially since I don't know you as a person, but I did the best I could do. And I hope I helped. From Josh, Nonet Black, hey, love the channel. Do you think we'll see any of the Forsaken apart from Ashamael in season? Okay, well, that's spoilers. Sorry, guys. In season 1 of Wheel of Time. Man. No, I think they'll probably. This is okay. I think we will see exactly what we see in the book in terms of Forsaken for the show. I am basing that off nothing aside from my suspicion that they're going to be trying to keep things as simple as they can, and introducing new bad guys early on is just going to maybe add a possible confusion for people. So I think the Forsaken that appear in book 1, which goes beyond what you said, minor spoilers, will appear, but nothing beyond that. That's my opinion there. From Gajiligan, I meant interludes and Words of Radiance better than the end. Okay, that's what I figured. Finished part 1 yesterday. Scared to continue. Also, Lopen is I can't remember, honestly. I'm sorry, Gajil. It's actually been a while since I've read Stormlight. I plan on rereading them for the next one's released, but it's been a while, so I can't remember fully clearly. I do know that upon hindsight, how I feel about the books, the order for me is Way of Kings, Oathbringer, Words of Radiance. They're all really good, but they're in that order for me. And Oathbringer might overtake Way of Kings. While I think it has more flaws overall, the execution of Dalinar's progression as a character is the best Brandon has ever done. And I think because of that, it may overtake Way of Kings just for how much I appreciate him at that point. Okay, are we caught up? I hope we're caught up here. Let's see. What do we got going on? Thank you so much, Jennifer Doze. My 11-year-old just finished The Dragon Reborn. What? I can't say one way or the other. I think they're still totally safe at The Dragon Reborn. I hope you are reading along with your child to make I think you're fine. I don't know. I'm not a parent, and I'm very confused when it comes to children's ages. I once thought an 8-year-old was like 4. So I don't know, but I'm very proud of your child. I'm from a very deep, sincere place. Proud of your child, Jennifer, and I hope they continue to read and become a diehard fantasy fan. I don't know. That's an interesting question. I'm of the opinion that kids can take more than most people think in terms of processing and understanding. And I think the way things are presented in Wheel of Time won't cause any damage, for lack of a better word. So I think they're good. I think they're okay. Yeah, especially up to Dragon Reborn. So that's awesome. Good job. And you're clearly a baller parent for getting him into fantasy at a young age. Congratulations. I hope your child becomes president. From Donut Sandwich again. Thank you, Donut Sandwich. R.A. Salvatore is the world builder for KOA. It's also just a recommendation. Oh, R.A. Salvatore built the world. That's amazing. It's a recommendation, not me paying for a video. Of course. Love the channel. Please stop spanking. Oh, no. We're going to have a derision in the fan base. This is wonderful. Okay. I will halt the spanking books until someone just tells me otherwise. Okay, yeah, and I like R.A. Salvatore's world building. I don't like the hate he gets as an author. R.A. Salvatore's fun. People need to chill. People need to relax. All right, R.A. Salvatore's fun. Let's see. Never stop spanking. Oh man, there's gonna be a fight now. There's gonna be a fight. People are gonna lives will be lost. Lives will be for the spanking wars that'll occur in the comment section. You know what? Is there a way I can get a poll going? Can we do ones for stop the spanking and twos for continue the spanking? And threes for I have no idea where this channel is heading and I'm scared? Because that's where I fall right now. Hashtags team spank. Oh my Lord. Oh man, I look weird without glasses. Oh, that's okay. Now I need to have the glasses on. Oh, overwhelming twos. Overwhelming twosies, guys. Overwhelming. No threes at all. No threes. Just two. Oh, a couple threes. A couple threes. Okay, let me go back to this. 10 from Serotonia. King of Thorns or the Liar's Key? Maybe next. If I had to choose between those two, I think I'd go with the Liar's Key. Maybe. I don't know. Now I'm so into Lawrence that I might go King of Thorns just because, like, I really want to. Well, they're both, like, I don't. But, like, for Lawrence, it's the staple is King of Thorns right now. Like, that's the way to go. Like, so Liar's Key still has a path to it that I'm like, yeah. But if I want to be Lawrence Red, I need to go with King of Thorns, right? Like, I don't know. I think I'd enjoy the Liar's Key more. I think I would. It's just, okay, so I am completely and totally in love with the way that Lawrence writes. King of Thorns, because it's the sequel to Prince of Thorns, will just depress me. The Liar's Key, though, I don't think will. And I want to be Red and Lawrence, so I feel like both have to be done, but it's just a matter of which first. And both scare me. Because if I do Liar's Key and it's not, it's more in the vein of Prince of Thorns, I'll be sad. But if I do King of Thorns and it like redeems that trilogy for me, I'm gonna have to go back and reread Prince of Thorns, and I don't know. I'm scared. I'm a nervous book reviewer. Oh man, we're getting donos just to have people argue about spanking books right now, and I don't know how I feel about that. From Ratatouille 78, like the spanking commence. See, I got told the other way, so now I gotta do it. And then we have one, damn Big Daddy. I have never hated a Super Dono more, Da Beastie Benster. So congratulations, you now have my most disliked Super Dono ever, and I respect you for it. Oh God! All right, and then we have Jalal. Oh man, my dyslexia. Jalal Dalal. Hi, Daniel. When you said you might use the entertainment lull to binge The Expanse, do you mean the books or show? Please unspank a book and be safe. I don't. So there we go. I meant both. So to answer your question, yes. And that's the proper answer right there. That is a legitimate, correct answer. So yeah, I want to get through both because man, Leviathan Wakes. That's a beast. That's a baby that needs more attention. I'm very excited. Okay, guys, this. Okay, we got one more Super Dono. This will be the last one, and then I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I enjoy hanging out with you guys so much. Love it, but we need to shut this down. Like if you have not already, it helps the live stream in its analytics, and I will be, of course, posting it after I cancel it here or end it here to Patreon, as well as any of my short stories or contributions to my book as well. So from Gajeel145, thank you for topping us out here, man. You've been a nice part of this whole process, so I appreciate you being here. All right. Let's hope your stream goes well. More money for the gym since your family likes beating you up, i.e. Daniel brother. Gonna read Words of Radiance. That's a good plan right there. My brother's name's Thomas, by the way. Great guy. Love him to death. Yeah, we have a typical sibling relationship. He's a great brother. And I'm not going to be going to the gym because I'm terrified of germs right now. So I'll be working out at home, but I appreciate that. I'll buy a power bar. And then we have DeBC Binster saying, I'm the last one. Congratulations. You are the most hated and the last. Like and subscribe, guys, if you have not already. Hit the Patreon if you want to continue to see this afterwards or anything else related to my book, or be able to ask authors interviews. So I usually post there to see if people have any questions. Ooh, DeBC Binster is beaten out from TJ Bangler. Thanks. Oh, man. Well, thank you for the super dono. And have a great one, y'all. Peace.